So Rebecca, do you think that the Fever, big question here, are they title contenders?
I think they're one piece away. I think they're one piece away from being a title contender. I think adding Natasha Howard puts them potentially in the top 4. Now, if they could sign, say, Nneka Ogwumike or Satu Sabali or even Dewana Bonner, I would put them in the championship conversation. But they haven't done that. But they have certainly improved by signing Howard. She, to me, fits their system beautifully as a rim-running stretch 4. We know Caitlin Clark is the best get-ahead passer in the WNBA right now. Howard will run the floor. Howard is outstanding in the pick and roll. We saw how good she was doing that when she was in Seattle. What else does she bring? A massive amount of experience. Remember, all the conversation for Indiana going into the playoffs last year, first time they'd made it since 2016, was how little playoff experience they had. You see now they have 33 games. In that first playoff game against the Connecticut Sun this past season, they had 0 playoff experience from their starting 5. Howard brings playoff experience. She's won 3 championships with both Minnesota and Seattle. So to me, she's a huge, huge piece for them. But in terms of a championship, I think they're still one piece away.
Now's the perfect time because what you're seeing this year, I think, is only really the beginning. From here on out, it's only going to get better and better. So if you don't have a ticket to our games in the future, you might never be able to get one. It's probably going to be the hardest ticket to get, and you're probably going to miss out on us winning some big-time games. So I'd get on that if you haven't.
The Indiana Fever were in a difficult position 2 years ago, having only won 5 games and failing to find their footing. However, things have drastically changed since then. The WNBA has taken note after Indiana made headlines by acquiring 3 players that changed the game. This isn't just about making changes. It's about securing a position at the top. Music, before we get into all the exciting details, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow basketball fans, and remember to subscribe to our channel for the most recent WNBA news.
Indiana, they counted it on the floor, they'll go and check, but the bottom line is Indiana with 110 points has won their 20th game of the season, and they have clinched the 6th seed in the 2024 WNBA playoff.
Now, who are the game-changing players Indiana recently added? Hold on to your seats, because these are not merely supporting cast members. They are superstars who will all contribute outstanding talent, priceless championship experience, and the fierce competition the Fever needed to improve.
Throws it right to Defensive Player of the Year in the WNBA. You should just lock it up.
The first major announcement is the arrival of 3-time WNBA champion Natasha Howard. This signing is not only a wise choice, but it completely changes the game for the team. Howard gives Indiana everything they've been lacking with her wealth of experience, exceptional defensive abilities, and championship mentality, which can...
Last time we spoke, you said you had ice in your veins. Leading scorer tonight, 28 points, 11 rebounds. Talk to me about your thought process going into tonight.
We knew we needed this win. It was embarrassing that LA beat us 3 times at home and in LA twice. This win right here mean a lot to us. You know, we had a chip on our shoulder coming in the game. We went and ball did, and we all wanted revenge against LA. That's when the game came out, and that we needed to do collectively as a team. So my mind was free. I let the game come to me, and I accept whatever was going to me.
Thank you.
Even more thrilling is the fact that Howard is not only a formidable offensive player, but also a formidable defensive force. As evidenced by her 2019 Defensive Player of the Year win, the Fever have just added a versatile...
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day, for real.
But what is that? it might not be from you, but like what is the, I mean, it feels almost, it's not hate, but is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it just like, what is it?
Yeah, you know, I see both sides. I'm not an extremist in any way.
Yeah.
And so I like to see both sides of each party. I think when you have older people in the league, you know, they work their tails off and they didn't get the recognition. They don't get paid millions of dollars.
Introducing Sophie Cunningham, one of the league's fiercest and most tenacious players, if you thought the Fever were easy pickings. This isn't just about bringing in new players. It's a change in the team's entire ethos, in addition to her impressive shooting abilities and strong defense. Cunningham also brings an intensity that will make Indiana one of the WNBA's most formidable teams. Last season, Cunningham had an impressive three-point shooting percentage of 37.8%, which made her a perfect complement to Caitlin Clark's playmaking skills. However, what really makes Cunningham stand out is her fearless style of play. She is an enforcer who makes opponents hesitate before driving to the basket.
Second late, but that's the right call. As Quigley buries a three. Second of the quarter for the Chicago Kid. Hartley has to give it up. Cunningham connects!
With Howard holding down the paint and Cunningham on the wing, the Fever will no longer be perceived as a team that is pushed around. Instead, they are prepared to set the tone for the game and make rival teams fear playing against them, which is precisely the mindset Indiana Nia needs.
Now she's at the line. Most frequent free throw shooter for Lunar. Piece on the inside. And then Skylar Diggins-Smith. Alicia Gray.
The puzzle's last component, Alicia Gray, is a quiet killer who doesn't waste much time with words because her game says more than words ever could. She's not the ostentatious, boisterous sort. Alicia Gray is one of the league's most effective two-way players, and her addition to the Indiana Fever roster may be one of their best moves in recent memory. Her numbers from the previous season, which included 17.4 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per game while shooting nearly 40% from deep, show that she is the type of player who can fit almost anywhere, but in Indiana, she is exactly what they need. Her abilities provide the ideal balance to Kelsey Mitchell's firepower and scoring and Nalissa Smith's dominance in the front court. She thrives when the stakes are high, the game is tight, and every possession counts. She is the type of player you want when the time is ticking down and the intensity is high. In addition to being a fantastic addition to this Fever squad, Alicia Gray has the potential to be the game-changing player that takes them from a strong team to a contender for a championship with their unique blend of youthful enthusiasm, seasoned experience, sharp shooting skills, excellent defense, and unwavering tenacity. The Fever did more than just improve their squad. They completely changed the WNBA landscape. They've created an amazing core. Oz Boston and Caitlin Clark remain the franchise's cornerstones, but they are now backed by an incredible group of players. This trip is about more than just competing, it's about winning. They have every reason to think they can genuinely dominate with this newly constructed lineup, so the Fever isn't just here to fill the ranks. They're here to leave their mark. Caitlin Clark has already demonstrated to the world that she is a unique generational talent unlike anything we have seen in years. But with these new players on her team, her game is about to reach new heights we never imagined possible. Alicia Cunningham's ability to spread the floor gives the team a dominant presence in the paint, which means Clark won't have to deal with defenses swarming her every move. In the meantime, Alicia Cunningham's ability to create space allows Clark to take advantage of the fact that she will no longer have to deal with defenders chasing her everywhere and obstructing her lanes. Finally, Chelsea Gray's scoring ability forces opponents to make difficult decisions. Do they lock in on Clark and risk letting Gray light them up, or do they concentrate on Gray and let Clark do what she does best? Claps, taking some of the pressure off Clark. This is about letting her shine in ways we've only imagined possible. With this kind of support, she can dominate games like never before, controlling every play and destroying even the best defenses with her amazing shooting and vision. The league needs to be prepared because the Indiana Fever weren't even in the playoff conversation 2 years ago, but now they're in the running for the championship. These signings didn't just help the Fever. They completely changed the WNBA, and teams that once thought Indiana would be an easy win are now frantically trying to stop them. The unique aspect of this group is the harmony they've achieved by fusing the tenacity and adaptability of their younger players with the stability and knowledge of their more seasoned veterans. It's a risky combination that places them on par with the league's top teams. The title of the NBA, there is no denying that the Indiana Fever have made significant strides. Their leap forward in talent and potential is evident, but the question still stands as to whether this team can actually go the distance and win it all. They have what it takes: strong defense, dependable shooting star players, and solid depth. The biggest test they face, though, is finding chemistry with players like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah. Chase just took on a whole new level of excitement. The Indiana Fever aren't just in the conversation anymore. They've put themselves in the spotlight, and the rest of the league will have no choice but to take them seriously. Success doesn't happen immediately, and developing a rhythm on the court takes time, but Boston needs time to get used to the new players. If everything goes as planned, there's no denying that the Fever's potential is thrilling and their talent is evident. It's possible that Indiana will surprise many and win the championship trophy sooner than anyone had anticipated.
You know, I can't imagine the stars aligning any better. You know, certainly after having gone off and had a number of other experiences from a coaching standpoint, growing up, learning, the Fever going through some changes as well. And now at this point where basketball has taken to another level in the WNBA and for the Indiana Fever, and to be able to come back and work with another 22, you know, a generational player in Caitlin Clark, a generational player in Aaliyah Boston, certainly when you think about back-to-back Rookie of the Years and what each of those players have done up until this point for their university.
The focus is now on the court as the Fever moves forward after acquiring key talent during free agency. Can Caitlin Clark lead and connect with her teammates to turn all of this promise into a genuine championship run? Will this redesigned roster live up to all the excitement and expectations? There is no doubt that the WNBA has become much more exciting. In your opinion, do you think the fervor is great enough to make Indiana the new favorites for the WNBA title? Indiana is no longer a team that ambushes opponents. Everyone sees them now, and they are eager for that title and are coming for it brazenly and without hesitation. Leave your comments below. Remember to like this video, forward it to your basketball-loving friends, and subscribe to our channel for more WNBA coverage. This season will be one to remember.